It'll be a picture of a corkscrew, and it's like, it's wine o'clock somewhere. Ah!
We gotta go to Puerto Rico. It's on the list.
I got some April Fool's rules right now.
I have been having a civil dispute with a neighbor of mine that happens to be a celebrity. Fish of the week! Fish of the week!
He looks like somebody put a bottle of Vicks VapoRub in the microwave.
A little vacation for the mind, Chip.
All right, so I hook the car battery to the cart. So like positive, positive, negative, negative.
That's how you do it.
But instead of the motor turning,
yeah,
it just starts throwing out smoke, and the entire cart just melts all over the floor of the aisle.
What?
People go running, and they're like yelling.
Yeah.
Not only am I out a car battery,
Yeah.
I'm no longer allowed to shop at Gelson's.
And this was the loophole you found to win supermarket sweep?
Yes. Yeah. I was going to be the first back-to-back champion.
Well, actually, Chip, we got to get going. We've already started here.
Oh. Hey.
What up, burnt ones? This is the Sunburnt Podcast, where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. To my right, as always, you know him from Netflix. You know him from his unbelievable stand-up special, Move Closer. It's Philadelphia's own Chip Chantry.
And over here to my left is Emmy award-winning producer and writer, tap dancer extraordinaire, and every major studio and streaming service has turned down his pilot script for a show called The Gilmore Boys because they say, quote, they can't show that much nudity on a sitcom. Mr. Thomas O'Brien.
I'm persistent. I am persistent. If I have an idea like the Sunburnt Podcast, the Gilmore Boys will be a thing.
A lot of full frontal nudity, though. I don't understand. I mean, I get it. I mean, it works as part of your script.
Well, imagine if the Gilmore Girls were Gilmore Boys.
Right.
It'd get raunchy.
I hope you lead with that.
It would get raunchy. Where the Gilmore Girls was cozy, this is pure raunch.
I love. I don't know why this hasn't been picked up by every major streamer, Thomas.
I don't know. It's man, I've got a lot of cease and desist.
Yeah. You also have that. You have that beautiful, beautiful ankle bracelet now that turns different colors when you try to leave the house.
If you thought the rights holders to the Gilmore Girls didn't have pull in this town, like I did, you'd be mistaken. I am all kinds of house arrested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, Chip, we just got to get into it, man. This episode is too chock full.
It's a heavy, heavy episode.
April Fool's Day is coming up. We've got some April Fool's rules.
We do.
Puerto Rico's got bad bunnies and good rum. We found a whole guide to drinking your way through the country properly. Ryan Gosling's new space movie is crushing at the box office. It turns out that Maui has an ancient tea farm culture, and somehow we knew nothing about it. Someone on the internet officially declared a don't work unless it's fun day.
I'm into that.
Boy Kibble versus girl dinner. What the F are kids talking about?
No idea what's going on there.
The brightest comet of the year is headed our way, unless the sun eats it first, Chip. Some intergalactic drama. Dude, we've got a Buffett fact. We got fish of the week. Leonard has a full face of electric blue spots and a rap sheet as long as your arm.
He's a bad boy.
We're getting into the good book. We've got a big tree feat. The Trouble in Paradise hotline is open. You can leave us a voicemail at 310-845-6038 and tell us your travel story full of trials, tribulations, or humor. And you know what? If we pick your story and put it here on the Sunburnt Podcast, we're going to be sending you a bottle of this stuff. Hawaiian Tropic. Chip, it's time to get a good slather going on, buddy.
Get a little slathered up, baby.
Send us your story. You can do a slather with us. This is what a cleansing ritual, dude. An old-fashioned slather.
Feels good, smells good. I got to say, Thomas.
It gets me going, buddy.
It just makes me feel good on a cold, cold March morning, even though it is officially spring now. I feel like I'm lying to you, but you have to trust me. Literally yesterday, it's like it never happens. It's like the warm weather in Philadelphia is like Snuffleupagus over here.
Yeah.
It's like the adults never see it. Yesterday, I'm sorry, 2 days ago, I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt, romping around town.
Yeah.
It is currently 35 degrees in Philadelphia right now. Freezing. So I think you're always catching me on the coldest mornings. But it was beautiful and sunny this weekend. crazy, crazy rain yesterday, and now just back to the cold for a little bit.
I'm sorry, man.
But this, dude, the Hawaiian Tropic.
A little vacation for the mind, Chip. That's what we're doing. They say sunburnt comes to those who need it the most.
They do.
This week it might be you, buddy.
I'm hoping so.
I'm actually fighting off a sunburn right now, dude.
Are you?
Between the pickleball and the Disneyland trip for my daughter's birthday, we really got exposed to some sun, and the weather's just fine over here, buddy. Well, if that's not a big enough tease, this is the Sunburnt Podcast. We talk about comedy and tropical travel. If you think those two things should go together, stay tuned. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308, and it's spring break! This is the best spring break ever!
Mr. Chantry, did you throw your back out again?
Yes, I'm on the floor of the bathroom. If you could send Ronald or Jeff up to move me to the bed, that would be swell.
I'll send them right up. Chip!
Thomas!
Buddy, how are we doing? Episode 55 of the Sunburnt Podcast. We're really cruising here, dude.
The double nickel. I'm feeling good. I'm ready for warmth. I said, it's 30 something degrees right now, and ready to get warm. And this episode is gonna do it. It's gonna be the trick. How about you?
Yeah, dude. I'm feeling unbelievable, man.
You were in short sleeves. You got the Hawaii. I got my Hawaiian on under my sweatshirt because it's freezing, but very jealous. I love it.
We are back, baby. But I was thinking about it. This is kind of like where we would have been doing episode 3 of the podcast last year, and I could see my breath.
There's no reason to do a podcast in the Arctic like that.
I know, dude. But that just shows you different years, different temperatures.
Yeah.
I think we're in some kind of heat blister or heat bubble or whatever they want to call it. We're doing nice and fine for a March, Chip.
You're on the atmospheric river bank.
The river's beach, getting a little sun, baby.
Yeah, you are.
You get into anything this weekend, bud?
I threw the old backpack on, did a little rucking, if you will, if you want to call it that, if you want to be that technical. I just put a bunch of books in a backpack and carry them around town like I'm Ben Franklin in the 1700s.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know Ben Franklin used to take his lunch hour in Philadelphia, where he lived? During his lunch hour, he would literally take a wheelbarrow full of books and just hastily walk them around town. Just so people would think that that's how smart and busy he was.
That he needs a wheelbarrow.
He needs a wheelbarrow full of knowledge. So I didn't do that, but man, it was great. It was just beautiful to be outside, get a little sun. Kim and I threw a couple cocktails into some Sola cups, walked down to the diner.
Wow, like you do.
We are just the classiest South Philly beach couple, and that's what I like to refer to it as. Yeah. How about you?
Big weekend. Birthdays all over the place. A friend had a birthday party on Saturday, like a grown-up birthday party.
Wow. What's that like? What happens there?
Dude, it's weird.
I haven't been to a grown-up birthday party in a very long time, I don't think.
No, it was like a proper event. Like they rented out this room at a very nice restaurant, invited like more couples than I thought a human being could be friends with. It was just like there was a lot of people from different walks of life, different parts of their world, and it was like an opportunity for me to put into practice something I've been trying to bring from my learnings with my daughter, dude.
Conversation skills.
It's close. I mean, she can say like 4 or 5 words at a time, and she's getting better at talking for sure. But the thing that she does just naturally, and I think you've experienced this, is she gets fired up for every new person she comes into contact with.
Oh, yeah.
She gets fired up. So
she doesn't get scared. She doesn't get scared. She gets like excited.
She can have her moments, but most of the time, especially if she's seen you before, like she's like excited you're there and lets you know about it. And I think about coming into a party environment, into a work networking thing, into any kind of like grown-up social situation, and how that can feel awkward, a little scary for some people, or just boring or whatever. But if there's one person there who's like really excited to see you, I think it can really elevate the whole room for you.
It turns the tide for you. Yeah, you walk in, you got a little more confidence then. Little pep in your step, a little zing in your swing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. So like I try and bring that to the people now. My daughter showed me how cool that can be. The other thing is she has a better memory than me.
Okay.
So like she remembers people who go together, right? Like
right.
I will probably forget your name if I just met you,
Yes.
My daughter will remember you and your wife. So like
That's
still
incredible.
till this day, like if she sees the podcast on or something like that, she goes, Chip, and then she'll look at me and she's like, where's Kim?
Right.
Let's get Kim on there.
Let's get her in front of the camera. Yeah.
If Grandpa answers a FaceTime and there's no Grandma, she's like, where Grandma?
Yeah, just G-Pots there. Yeah.
All of it results in people feeling welcome. And
Yes.
I tried to bring that to a party. I think it worked. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast, an old-fashioned birthday party, bud.
Without revealing too much, how old was the person?
Somewhere between 30 and 56.
30 and 32, somewhere between there.
But, dude, had the most fun there. And then it was a week of birthdays. So, Monday was my daughter's birthday. She turned 2. And
Yes.
we took her to Disneyland.
What do you think her favorite moment was there?
We did the Minnie and Friends brunch.
Of course.
She got to take a picture with Minnie, who's like been on the way up at her house, dude.
Yeah.
Been on the way up big time. And she has this little T-shirt that says Bestie Vibes on it.
Okay.
And it has Daisy Duck and Minnie on there.
Oh,
And it's
perfect.
the most requested shirt in the arsenal. It's like, what do you want to wear today? And she's like, Bestie Vibes.
If I had that shirt, that would be the number one in my rotation too.
That's an odd shirt for a grown man to be wearing.
Especially when it's a toddler size too. That
Yeah.
doesn't bode well.
Well, yeah, that's a nice belly shirt. That's like a Will Ferrell sketch character shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot. But dude, I will say two things. So she enjoyed the character brunch. She got to meet like a mouse from Cinderella. She got to meet Tigger. She got to meet Daisy. She got to meet Pluto. And she, you think your worry is that she's going to be terrified of these people, and she's like cautious at first, but once she slaps a high five, dude, she loved it. She was
That's great.
freaking obsessed with it. But this is the other thing I will say about Disneyland on this particular Monday. I don't know if they were having a tall woman convention.
Oh,
There were, I want to be very clear here, multiple women over the height of 6'6" at least.
over 6'6".
Over 6'6". They weren't together, but like over the course of the day, I was just looking at these tall, proud, evergreen trees
There's
towering
got to
over
be
me.
like a WNBA tournament or college basketball tournament, something like that.
I have no clue, dude. I have
Well,
no
it
clue.
is okay. So it is March Madness, and then there's like the women's tournament. Is there something going on like in the Anaheim area? Maybe.
It could be. These were not college stage athletes. I will tell you
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I would tell you
All right.
that. And they weren't, like I said, they weren't together. They were spaced out over the park. But I was just like,
Yeah.
when you see a woman that tall, somebody that just towers over you,
You
just
take
like, it's
notice.
not a big deal, but you clock it. You clock it once. You're like, wow, a tall woman's here. You clock it twice. You're like, oh boy, wow. And then the third time, I was like, this is an elevated experience.
Could it have been?
Yeah,
Go with me here.
yeah, I'm here with you.
The same exact tall woman doing multiple costume changes. Wigs, sunglasses, hats.
That's true. Maybe a different Disney adult at every turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
It
what
could have been.
That's what I'm going with. That's the much more plausible explanation. That instead of a dozen or so separate, very tall women in the same general area, that one woman decided to pull a prank on you
Yeah.
and just do a costume change every half hour and then walk past you again. That's got to be the answer. That's what it
yeah.
is.
Probably just really focused on me too. Really expanding my mind over the course of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, the weather was perfect. The vibes were good. Everybody's there to have a good time,
Love it.
which is where I thrive, regardless of how silly or weird things might be. I want to be around people who are trying to have a good time.
Yes, you
and
do.
going out of their way to do it. So it was perfect, dude. And we got out of there before we had a toddler meltdown. Like, we timed it just perfectly. We got back to the car. She took a little snooze on the ride home, and we were free and clear, dude. It went perfect. There was no meltdowns. There was no problems. We just rocked it, buddy.
And you did not melt down either at any point.
No, I didn't melt down. I didn't even come close to melting down.
Like,
It was
after the fifth Amazon lady you saw, you didn't just really just lose it.
yeah, what's going on? What's going on? I don't want to do this anymore.
Did you have a Hawaiian on?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I got to put one on just walking to the diner the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm throwing one on.
Yeah.
It's that time of year, weather, and you get smiles.
Yeah, no, people like it. People like it. But at Disney, you're not the only one. There's so many burnt ones at Disney.
That's true.
They're just like cruising around.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, enough about a children's trip to Disneyland, although it does count as good fun in the sun.
It does.
Chip, April Fool's Day is coming up.
It is.
Some people are high on it. Some people are low on it.
I love it so much.
you do have some, I don't know, what would we call them? Tips for
April Fool's rules. I got some April Fool's rules right now.
April Fool's rules. Okay, let's get into it.
Just a couple surefire pranks that you can play on your friends and loved ones that will just get tons of laughs from those being perpetrated, those watching you. Everybody's going to get a big laugh from. Okay.
I'm a little skeptical. I've been the butt of some pranks in the past. Maybe not my favorite, but I know some people like to have this kind of a friendly prank environment.
Right.
So you're kind of give us the guardrails, show us how to do it right?
Right. You can't go too far over. You can't go too far under. You have to do it right in that sweet spot. And I think these are okay. So the first one, this is classic. You and your buddies are hanging out. You're watching the football game. You're watching, an old episode of Friends. I don't know. I don't know what you and your friends do besides play pickleball, Thomas. But you're all there. Whatever you're watching. Okay. Yeah. You're watching some back episodes of iCarly. You're sitting there. You're having a good time. There's the classic whoopee cushion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We all know the whoopee cushion. Here's what we do. I'm going to take the whoopee cushion just to a little bit of a different level. When your buddy goes up to use the bathroom and go get a drink or whatever, he comes back to sit down. Instead of the old whoopee cushion, you slip under his seat right there as he's sitting there on the couch. Slip underneath there a bucket of ketchup. Just a big bucket. He just sits in the ketchup. It gets obviously all over his pants. It splashes all over the sofa, all over the floor, probably some people within sitting distance. And there's just ketchup everywhere. And everybody just starts laughing and having a great time. And they're like, it's April. Happy April, everybody.
I get it.
Yep.
In the stance that like it's messy and unexpected. This one does seem like it might ruin some clothes, might ruin some furniture.
But there's a laugh. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's fun. Okay. I get it. That's funny. Sure. Let's. What's another one?
Oh, I'll do another one. Okay. So you know how you can do a really funny impression of one of your friends, like they have a little idiosyncrasies, foibles that they have, or maybe their voice is a certain way, and you can do their voice and you make fun of them, and maybe you'll even call another friend and pretend to be that person, or just in front of that person be like, hey, Jeff, here's what you sound like, and then you do his voice, and everybody laughs, and Jeff has a good sense of humor. Okay, it's just like that. This is the online version of that, okay? Instead of doing, let's just say, Jeff's voice, you hack into his LinkedIn account, and you send very graphic, awful messages to everyone in his contacts list, in his LinkedIn, because they think, just like the impression, they think it's him sending these horrific, lewd messages filled with photos that are inappropriate or whatever. And they're like, this is just Jeff being Jeff, but it's to everybody in his LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a fun one. And then they look at this horrific material that you're sending, and they're like, why is Jeff sending this? And then probably they're thinking, oh, wait, it's April Fool's Day. This is his friend Thomas probably behind this.
It sounds like a key component is that Jeff so well that this is like written in his exact style of writing with just like some more lewd behavior, but it's like so specific to the way he actually communicates in general that they won't be able to like really blame a bot.
It's in his cadence. Yes.
This one also sounds like maybe there's some professional and legal ramifications, Chip.
But some professional legal laughs.
Making your friends seem inappropriate is funny.
It's great. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's what you're getting at, I think. Yeah. That's great. Okay, here's another one. Speaking of the internet, you're familiar with Rickrolling, aren't you?
Yeah. Where you think it's going to be one thing, and then it's just this guy singing a song from the 80s.
Sure, you think it's a puppy video or something serious,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden Rick Astley comes in singing, Never Gonna Give You Up.
And you got him. That was a funny thing. That was a funny
And you got
trend that
Rick
was going
rolled.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, same exact thing. So you're going to love this one. This is the vibe.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. You make a YouTube video of, like, let's say some cute puppies,
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, Jeff, let's look at this.
Uh-huh.
And then you're watching the cute puppies, and then he gets rickrolled, but instead of a video of Rick Astley singing that song from the 80s, it's just footage of Jeff's parents making love.
Okay.
Just a video camera in their bedroom, in the house that he grew up in. And it's his parents in the sweet act of making love. He thinks it's a puppy video, but it's a video of his parents engaged in intercourse.
Chip, this is
funny, right?
It's funny. Funny. It feels
Thank
like
you.
we're pushing a boundary here, though.
Great.
It feels like we're really getting outside of the lines of what's appropriate in polite society.
Right, and that's what gets laughs. So it's all in good fun. And Jeff's like, wait a minute, this isn't. Here's what you do though.
Yeah.
After about 7 or 8 minutes,
Yeah.
of footage of his parents engaged in the act of love, then you put the Rick Astley video on. So then it's like sort of a hat on a hat, but it's two very funny hats on top of each other.
It's a Rick on a
Rick, yes. Yeah. All right, next one. Okay, this one is a little more classic. I think maybe I lost you just a little bit, although I know you're really on board with the internet stuff. Let's go a little more classic. Toilet papering somebody's house, their trees, like on Mischief Night, the night before Halloween,
Yeah,
or
the classic.
again, April Fool's Day. You take a bunch of toilet paper, you throw it around their house, their lawn, their trees, whatever.
Yeah.
We are in the 21st century.
Let's
get rid of the toilet paper. You don't want to ruin the environment.
Yeah, I get that.
Take a bidet and then just throw it through their picture window. Just right through their front window. Take a bidet. Instead of the toilet paper, take the bidet, a heavier, just as hard as you can, whip it right through their front window, smashing into their living room. And then they're like, oh my God, a bidet and all this broken glass. Thomas must have been here. April Fool's on me. It's a new twist on the toilet paper classic.
This is just assault.
Funny assault and destruction of battery. Yep.
We are not encouraging anybody to do any of these things. This is legally dangerous and it's inappropriate and
hilarious.
No. Okay. Chip, let's keep it moving. I feel like I know where these are going. Let's see if we can find a fun one.
Right.
That like people could do and maybe not go to jail, Chip.
Okay. So this last one. This is the last one. Simple. Okay. Easy.
Yep.
You have to start early though.
Okay.
This one is about setting the tone. So you can't just start on April Fool's Day. This is a couple weeks beforehand. You just start. Okay. You start making mentions around your friends about, oh, did you hear about this kidnapper that's out and about?
Yeah.
In the community.
Okay.
You could even give him a name. The Longport, snatcher or whatever, And they, oh, hey, this guy, kidnapped another person, right? And then they're like, oh, wow, I didn't see this. So, maybe even make up like a fake headline. You send it to them and they think it's real. And then on the night before April Fool's Day, you kidnap his sister.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's the whole prank. So you're actual kidnapping.
Right. You're actually kidnapping. But then once he realizes, he gets the ransom note. At the bottom of the ransom note, it says, by the way, LOL, happy April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't do that either. Don't kidnap anybody. Maybe don't start a neighborhood or community panic about people being in danger. Chip,
Sure.
I just have to ask, did somebody do something to you on April Fool's Day?
Yeah, there's a long story. I'm going to start it now. You might want to edit this out.
Okay.
But when I was 8 years old on April Fool's Day, this kid in my neighborhood, he And then I've loved April Fool's Day ever since.
Wow.
So it's a long story. I know that was like 20 minutes, but a long story about what happened to me that day on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons, we're going to edit that out.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, and I guess I understand where your April Fool's Day humor comes from, and I'm just going to have to let this be a quirk about my friend.
Yep. And happy April Fool's Day to everybody out there.
Yeah, happy April Fool's Day.
From all of us to all of you here at the Sunburnt Podcast.
Don't go too wild, but we do enjoy a good laugh, baby. All right, that's it for April Fool's Rules.
April Fool's Rules.
Now we're moving on to For the Algo.
It's For the Algo.
A segment where we talk about things so computers will like us, and hopefully you'll like it too. Chip, we're getting going hot and heavy with a tropical story here, Chip.
We are.
If you're planning a trip to Puerto Rico, they know you've been drinking rum all wrong, Chip.
I didn't know there was a wrong way to do it, but apparently there is.
There's a refined way to do it. There's an aspirational way to do it. And then there's just being drunk as a skunk at the bottom of a rum bottle. But the Matador Network has dropped a full guide to rum tasting across Puerto Rico this month. This is fresh off the presses, just in time for spring break. It talks about distilleries, bars, cultural history, and the full backstory of why the island holds the title of rum capital of the world.
I love it.
This guide grew from a simple, like, here are some bars concept into a deep cultural excavation.
Almost like a tiki bar crawl.
We have been really working here on the Sunburnt Podcast about elevated tiki bar crawls. We did our first one. Ooh, speaking of Sunken Harbor Club, right
We're
here.
in the Sunken Harbor. Beautiful.
Brooklyn's own, baby. Really, this hat's been on the way up, dude. I really enjoy it. How do you feel about this? Like the tastings culture. We've talked about it. You have an amazing bit. If you guys haven't seen it, go look up Chip Chantry Wine Drinkers.
You see wine drinkers, they even have like those like matching t-shirts with like cute little puns about how much wine they drink. Like it'll be a picture of a corkscrew and it's like, it's wine o'clock somewhere. Hit me, baby, one more wine. You're just a drunk. That's all that is.
Thank you.
About like how wine drinkers have taken this like elevated stance of how they view their imbibing of wine,
of getting wasted,
putting a fancy outfit on getting hammered.
I do like it though, because I think that wine gets too much of the focus of the tastings, and they get that pass where I think other spirits should be allowed to deal with a little rum, tequila, that type of. It's like, yeah, let's get fancy with it. Why not dress it up a little bit, Thomas?
Have you ever had a nice rum, like somebody's kind of presented it to you as this is like an aged thing, or this is like a special concoction?
I've had it presented to me with Coke before. Does that count?
I love a rum and Coke.
Yeah.
No, there's a high-end liquor store near me that has like some of the fancier rums. During the pandemic, I read Rum Diaries.
Okay.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yep.
The only thing I think he ever admitted to being fully fictional piece of work.
Yes.
It just got me thinking. And like, it was during that time where in Los Angeles, especially, we weren't leaving our houses. We were kind of stuck inside. And I did kind of like, after reading that, a deep dive into some of the island's rum situations and some of the elevated stuff. And
how funny would it be, instead of you going the rum direction, you got really into diaries?
Well, I did that too.
Like classic diaries of people. And you're like, hey, do you want to see this diary of Franklin Pierce? You're like, no, I'd rather just drink some cool rum. You're like, no, it's the diary part. That's the fun.
That's where the gold is.
It
the
really
diaries.
Is. Yeah.
So I went down that road, but like there is, you can taste it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go down that rum road, and get really into it, like you can see those different notes, find the subtle variations, and the good stuff does taste a little better.
I love it. I'm into it.
We got to go to Puerto Rico. It's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
The Matador Network's rum guide available. Go check it out if you want to see what we're talking about. This the rum capital of the world. They're doing it better than anybody else.
The rum Rumpelstiltskin of the world.
Next story hits a little closer to home. You know, I have been having a little bit of a civil dispute with a neighbor of mine that happens to be a celebrity.
Yes.
He is in the news right now, and like honestly,
I know that this is just for the viewer, for the listener. This is hard for you to get through, and I do really appreciate you mustering the courage.
Well, we got to talk about it. And also, like, I will say, like, as difficult as this has been, like, this is part of celebrity culture, I think, what I'm going through. It's like a very common thing. There's like a dispute. We have some trees in common on our property.
Yep.
And like, we're trying to resolve it. But like, you know, and I will take my share of the blame. It's just like when you're not willing to give and take, these things can get a little heated, and especially like, you know, it's not even really us anymore. It's more just like legal representation going back and forth. But anyways, dude, Ryan Gosling's new movie is crushing at the box office.
See, that's nice of you to be able to say that in a positive way.
Yeah, no, I don't have any ill will towards him. It's just kind of like a who's gonna flinch first situation with these trees.
You or the Goz, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's mostly representatives at this point.
Yeah. Right.
And it actually like been pretty cool about it. It hasn't got heated. It hasn't been whatever. It's just like nobody's backing down, right?
Right.
But I will say, and I'm also excited to see it. Like I think he's literally saving the cinema by going out there. Project Hail Mary. I try and keep my ears closed for spoilers when there's a movie I know I'm going to go see. I'm actually going to go see it this weekend, Chip. It's on the docket. It's the tickets have already been purchased. The AMC A-list and my entourage have filled up a row, and we're going to be going to see it this weekend. But, dude, I'm just so excited to have a big movie back in the theater that people are buzzing about, that people are talking about. It's already setting records. Opening weekend was $140.9 million globally.
That's a big box office for this day and age.
It's a big box office for this day and age, especially for like original IP, a big movie, and it's actually
original IP. Hail Mary. I did read about that in the Bible. I'm just saying, Thomas. But go ahead.
The title may have borrowed from some religious text,
sure,
but it's based off of a book. But it's like, you know, it ain't Spider-Man 17.
No, that's what I'm so excited about. And again, God love you if you're a superhero comic book fan, movie fan. It's just not something that tickles my tummy, if you know what I'm saying. I just, it's not for me. And I'm glad that there's something else out there.
But I'm here for this. And also, like, dude, his SNLs are really fun.
They're perfect. They're classic. The speaking of space, the alien ones, the alien abductions, the ones that he's in is great.
Yeah, well, he did the first one, and I was actually there.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Me and my now wife were guests at that episode of SNL. It was the first one I ever saw in person. That was
amazing.
It was really fun. Really fun to see. And it was funner for my wife to be in the same room with Ryan Gosling.
Of course.
Now we're heading back to the islands.
Yeah, we are.
This is actually an article from Hawaii Magazine, just came out, about Maui's ancient tea culture.
Okay, I'm excited about this.
The article's all about how they have this incredible ancient tradition of teas, and it's the only place in America really where any meaningful amount of tea can be grown climate-wise.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So they have all these pockets. It's kind of the same as coffee, except tea is a little bit further behind.
Yeah.
And it just like dates back to pre-tourism, like a lot of people being able to freely come in and out days. Like it's a true ancient tradition that they're kind of like continuing on and bringing back up. And I will say, Chip, I just want to put this little tickle in your brain because I think you may have forgot because it was a food-heavy day. But we had my favorite tea of all time. It's an iced tea.
Oh, the iced tea. Oh, that's true. That is certainly true. Yes.
When we were on the North Shore.
I'm sorry. Yes. Which was maybe my favorite iced tea of all time too.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
Kahuku Farms.
Up on the North Shore.
It's like a great little farm situation where they have this like food truck, basically like an elevated like food
There
situation.
were some ramps. There were some ups and downs. I kind of loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. And then there's just this big open area where they like grow a lot of the produce there. They have this farm that you can do a walking tour of. And the stuff, I believe all the stuff they make there is like either grown on their farm or like one of the neighboring farms.
Okay. That
So,
makes sense. Yeah.
they just have this unbelievable iced tea. And I read
We also
this
had the
article.
banana bread, not to get off topic, but the banana bread and a little ice cream, right?
Banana bread and the ice cream. That's the other thing. If you guys are going to Kahuku Farms, have the banana bread and the ice cream and have the plantation iced tea. It's just unbelievable, dude. I think.
And what was... Yeah, like, do you remember what was in that iced tea specifically? Because it was just delicious.
Yeah. So, like, it's the iced tea made from whatever tea they make it from. And then I think they put a splash of pineapple juice in it. I think that's what makes it plantation.
Yeah.
But, dude, so freaking
just
good.
Sitting there having that. And then, if you remember, my wife and I had to get back, so we left a little bit early, but we just had our iced tea in our little Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Driving down the coast.
Dude, what's better than that?
Sipping on our tea. Looking at those waves. I mean, what a beautiful, enchanted afternoon that was.
Dude, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Kahuku Farms is like one of the things I do every time. During the pandemic, like, or it was actually like kind of our honeymoon. We were going to go to Hawaii, and then they shut it down, right? Like they were asked people not to come because of COVID, and we respected that. Like we just like changed our plans and went somewhere else. Yeah. But a couple months later, they opened back up, and we had some time, so we went. Yeah. And dude, it was wild. Like they had really stronger COVID protocols than most places did at the time. But we went to Kahuku, and it's just beautiful because it's outdoor.
Everything's outdoors, so you're good.
You could be good. You were totally spaced, and they just like let you take chairs and set up like your own eating area wherever you wanted to on the property. So we went way far back. We had like all our delicious treats and just like spent 3 hours there, like watching kids play soccer and just like just things, the signs of life we hadn't seen in a while, but just sat under one of those beautiful trees. We like walked and looked at all the different like orchards and stuff. It was an unbelievable time. I'll never forget that specific instance, and it was all the same delicious food, but we just had this very peaceful, beautiful place to hang out for a couple of hours, and it was perfect. So
and that is like a perfect memory. And like just going back to this, it's like I was thinking it was very cold the other day. And for whatever reason, I don't know what made it pop up in my head, but was that same day, that morning, walking around that little town before we got the shaved ice.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Kim and I went into the grocery store. We walked around a little bit. We got a nice coffee at that little shack by the bridge. Yeah. And just walking up and down, just that little, nothing crazy going on. But man, what a gorgeous day.
Yeah, and then we had, I believe, like a 9:30, 10 a.m. Shave ice, baby.
10 a.m. shave ice.
Masamoto's.
With that heavy cream in there. And one of my favorites. That was one of my favorite desserts I've ever had. Especially at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I know. And then not too long after that, we were at Foodland.
We did having the biggest bowl of poke and best bowl of poke I've ever had. Yeah. Sitting in a parking lot with your dad and some roosters.
And then maybe like an hour after that, we're at Kahuku tasting those wares. So it was a food-heavy day. But like just the fact that we could have tasted that much and ate that much and still been so fond of all of it, I think speaks to the quality, dude.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, we're going to keep it moving, baby. We get April Fool's Day, noted holiday. It's been around. I've always known about it. There are some more fringe holidays, Chip.
As I like to call it, the Jester's Christmas.
The Jester, the Jokesters, Yuletide.
Yes.
And dude, we got one coming up, and this feel like I normally ignore these things. I think it's a little silly, but this one feels especially sunburnt.
Okay.
According to just the dominant web presence, the go-to de facto authority on all things, this is coming from webcal.guru. Chip.
Webcal.guru. That's where I get all my news and hot links.
Yeah, you want some hot links? Webcal.guru. But they, I guess it's a place where you can go and just anybody can make up a holiday and really try and pump it up.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's getting a little bit of traction. April 3rd, 2026 is officially Don't Work Unless It's Fun Day.
Okay,
It's a global initiative aimed at trying to get people to only do the parts of their job that are fun for one day, to really just like, I guess, focus on and celebrate the parts that you like.
Yeah.
Maybe hopefully so you remember it the rest of the year, or to point out that you don't like any part of your job and you really need to change your life around.
I say we really go with this one. I mean, it's just, don't work unless it's fun day.
I think we kind of have been, Chip. Isn't this like kind of our life?
Sun's out, guns out. I only want to do the fun stuff. I don't need to focus this camera, set up this microphone. I'm just gonna tell jokes about fish. That's all I want to do on Friday.
All right.
And it is Lent, so it is only appropriate to tell jokes about fish on Friday.
Yeah, because you can't eat them, but you can poke fun.
That's right.
Is that what you can't do? You can't eat fish?
No, you can only eat fish on Fridays.
You can only eat
for the
fish.
Catholics.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Well,
can't eat meat. So you can't eat meat on Fridays, but fish apparently is not meat.
Enjoy the fish, Catholics.
As Pope, I believe it was Xavier II said,
Yeah.
it's okay to eat fish because fish don't have any feelings. Wait, that was Kurt Cobain in the song Something in the Way. That was Kurt Cobain, not
A lot
the
of
Pope.
people getting Kurt and the Pope mixed up these days, Chip.
It's the old switcheroo.
The old switcheroony. But no, this feels like a very sunburnt concept, dude. It feels like very sunburnt.
I'm into this. I think we should get behind this. We have a little bit of time now. Between, I mean, it's getting close, but April 3rd, I think we put out some PSAs. Don't work unless it's fun day.
Yeah.
Do the fun stuff in your job. Like, enjoy yourself. Pick out those, if you're so lucky, pick out those activities that are like, oh, this is the fun part of it. Yeah, I'm going to skip the gross part today. I can get that on Monday.
Skip the gross part, and to a larger degree, what this podcast is about is living a life you don't need a vacation from, Chip.
Yeah. By the way, wait a minute. Isn't April 3rd, I think, is Good Friday? If going back to the Catholics, if that's so, a lot of people will have off anyway. So I think that's the time to do it, because it's that day. You know, that Friday in the office where you're just like, some of the crew isn't there, and you're just like, okay, let me slack off today.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. April 3rd. Yeah.
Go all in on the things you like. Find out what you love.
Yes.
And then if there's nothing enjoyable about what you do, it's time to think about making a change.
Yeah.
You have some agency.
Yes, you do.
You can figure something better out. You shouldn't hate all day, every day.
No.
All right, dude. Now, this is something that's been taking the internet by storm, according to our producer. It's a Boy Kibble versus Girl Dinner, Chip.
All right. This one it hits home at the Chantry household.
It does. It does. So, like, Gen Z TikTokers have been split into two warring food tribes in 2026. Boy Kibble, which is snack-like meals marketed specifically to men, and Girl Dinner, chaotic throw-whatever-together meals for women.
Okay.
So, Boy Kibble allegedly started as dudes posting their Totina pizza roll, gas station taquitos, and protein bar arranged like dog food.
Okay.
So, like, they were putting all these elements together and saying this is dinner, which is, I'm sorry, Gen Z, if you think that's new. Men have been eating like animals forever.
For centuries.
And then Girl Dinner is evoked from the 2023 charcuterie board era, but stripped of all pretense.
Yes.
Now it's just like a pickle and shredded cheese from the bag and a couple of olives. And you eat this concoction while standing in front of the fridge.
Right.
So,
but it sounds fancy, so I'll take it.
Girl Dinner is fancy. But Chip, like, have you ever had do you remember just any of your go-tos that might not pass the social standards test of fine eating as an adult from your high school, college years?
I mean, I don't even have to go back that far, Thomas. Let's face it. The two big go-tos, and these are even a little bit more whipped up, but if I could eat just some foods for the rest of my life, throw in a PB&J anytime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, PB&J
just slap together
nice.
a PB&J. I am good. That's it. I'm done. Or a bowl of cereal. A bowl of cereal. Nothing more exciting than that. Those are the ones that I like to do. Yeah. Other than that, it's like, picking up a hot dog at the 7-Eleven is just, hey, on the go.
Done.
On the go. How about you?
I was famous for a scramble, dude. I've put things scrambled with eggs that like most people would be like, that's not great. It's like,
give me a for example.
Any Chinese food you have, like leftovers, you dump that in, a couple of eggs.
Okay.
If you've got like a couple of Doritos left, you crush that up.
All right.
Throw those in there. There could be a string cheese. There could be, I don't know, like leftover rice.
Yep.
If you had like a little bit of steak you didn't finish,
you
chop that up. And I would just, it's basically like anything that I think might be sketchy to eat tomorrow but is on the edge today is going in there with the eggs.
Scramble it up.
We're going to make that happen. That's going to be a slightly more protein-rich version of these leftovers, dude.
I'm going to throw this out to you right now. This is something that my wife and I started doing during the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
We did the exact opposite of that, or just the photo negative of that.
Okay.
We would take our leftovers because we would get, for example, on Fridays, we would get Indonesian food from this Indonesian restaurant. They were the nicest people, the best food. This chicken and these thick noodles. Kim got tofu with them. It was so delicious, but it was such a big serving that you would have half of it on Friday night, and then Saturday morning, I would fry up a couple of sunny side up eggs and just throw an egg on top of the leftovers.
Okay.
Heat up the leftovers.
Yeah.
Throw an egg or two on top of those.
Yeah.
So you're having the base of the eggs, and then you're throwing some leftovers in. We would take the leftovers, just throw a little bit of egg on top of it. Delicious. So I'm 100% I'm 100% on board with what you have done.
What you're describing is very human, dude. That is like you partied too hard last night.
Uh-huh.
Instead of washing your hair, you're going to throw on a hat.
Yeah, you are.
Throw that egg hat on there.
If I can quote Portlandia, put an egg on it.
Put an egg on it. Yeah, classic.
Egg becomes before the bird. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like what sketch came first? Put an egg on it. Put a
the
bird
bird
on
or the
it.
egg, right? And I think we know. So you put a little fried egg on there, and it just makes it. It's all, and then you just hit it, and like the yolk kind of runs down into the noodles. Perfect. Perfect.
I don't know. This whole like a girl dinner thing, like it just makes me picture. I want to see the sketch where somebody gets this wrong. Some girl just runs wild with this idea.
Right.
It's just like, it's cute. It's girl dinner. It's just way over the top.
I think we could do that.
Chip's saying he's volunteering. He's going to dress up as girl.
Yes.
And he's going to eat some garbage and make fun of girls and how girls eat. I think this is going to be good.
I'm going to be a TikTok star by Thursday.
All right, man. Moving on from a micro examination of how we eat to a macro examination of the whole universe. We got a comet coming through, Chip.
Just the cosmos.
The cosmos. Scientists are saying it might be as bright as Venus to the naked eye, dude. When you got a big old comet coming through that's visible with the naked eye, that's a fun time to be looking at the sky. And also another fun thing, this may have been created by Michael Bay because there's worries it's just going to explode, Chip.
I mean, getting the old Bay Comet out there, I'm into it. It's not the Hale Bop. I mean, we all know what happened with Heaven's Gate, but I think we get a Michael Bay spin on Heaven's Gate on this one, and just we all jump in.
So this comet is nicknamed MAPS, and it will become visible to the naked eye as early as April.
Okay. Oh, so it's coming soon. All right.
But only if it survives a close pass by the sun first.
So we're doing a little Icarus action. Might fly a little too close to the sun.
So this thing is going to come. It's going to be a beautiful phoenix in the night sky if it can make its trip around the sun first, because it's going to slingshot around the sun like comets do and come back this way. It'll be the brightest comet that's been in the sky for years, but only if it doesn't explode and go boom around the sun first.
I mean, if that's not the most 2026 comet situation, is just like, this is going to be great, or it's going to explode, and we don't know. And either way, we're like, all right, okay, great. We're sort of either way it could go. We're ready for it.
This might as well happen. Is kind of the feeling of the age.
This is going to be the one for the burnt ones, or it's literally just going to become a burnt one.
Yeah. It might be the ultimate burnt one. It might be a burnt up one.
Exactly.
The night sky, the cosmos, it's always been so fascinating. I think we keep leaning into it, Chip.
I think we do it. I love it. I love it. You know, that's what my brother does for a living. He runs a planetarium. I think it's just
so cool.
The sky and the shore, they're all intertwined. They're a lot closer than you think.
There's just something so peaceful and exciting about the massiveness, the understandability, but also the mystery.
Yep.
I like a nice tropical trip, being in the sun all day, getting a beautiful, maybe slightly different peek at the sky.
Yep.
During the night. Dude. All right, that's it for the algo.
For the algo.
Now we're switching gears. We're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Jimmy Buffett. We love the man, and whenever we get a chance, we do deep research. We toil. We get into the annals. We find out little nuggets that people don't know about it. And this week, Chip, you have a heater of a Jimmy Buffett fact for us. Hit us with it, buddy.
Jimmy Buffett would rent office space in Tucson, Arizona for 2 weeks every spring break just to get away from having the most chill life ever.
Sometimes you need a vacation from your lifelong vacation, Chip.
You really do. You really do. That was his spring break. He would just sit in an office in the middle of Tucson and just do push some papers. Just be a pencil pusher just for a little while. That was his break.
During spring break, he would live like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a superstar. And speaking of superstars, Chip, do you hear that? Do you feel that rumbling? Do you feel that swishing?
Are those bubbles that are churning right now?
Oh, they are. Everybody, it's time for the Fish of the Week. Fish of the Week, our hero of the deep. Every week here at the Sunburnt Podcast, we take a look at one saltwater superstar that stands out above the rest. This week, Chip, let us hear it. Who is our Fish of the Week this week?
Our Fish of the Week, I'm so excited about this one. This is Leonard, the peacock grouper.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that thing.
Get him up there on that screen. Take a look at this specimen.
Woo! Look at that. Little freckles.
Little Lenny's got a brown body covered with gorgeous neon blue spots. He looks like somebody put a bottle of Vicks VapoRub in the microwave, just popping all over the place. I love it.
Oh, peacocking.
Then he's got those vertical stripes on the back of him. You see those vertical white stripes on the back? It looks like Adidas made a lava lamp. I love this. He looks beautiful. Just take a moment just to suck in that beauty of Leonard, the peacock grouper. I mean, he looks like a painting in a dentist's office, doesn't he? I mean, just the beauty. It's like Andre Agassi would wear him to Wimbledon in 1991. Just look at that color scheme right there. I love it. Now, Leonard is going to grow to be about 24 inches long. Thomas.
That's a big fish, buddy.
That is 2 feet of underwater mayhem.
What a looker, dude. Girls like a bad boy. That's why Leonard's smoking hot.
Speaking of bad boys, he is beautiful, but trouble. He's like a little Jordan Catalano swimming around down there.
This fish looks like he should have a dangly earring.
Yes, like one dangly earring and just a chip on his shoulder. And trust me, he does, because these peacock groupers, like Leonard, they're beautiful. I'm going to say it. They're sexy and they're dangerous. They are. Leonard is like he's like Adam Levine after the tattoos, but before the voice.
Oh, he's a Japanese knife.
Peacock groupers like Leonard, their natural habitat is the Indo-Pacific. They're kind of all over. But here's what happened, Thomas.
Okay.
Back in the 1950s, some human beings decided it'd be a great idea to drop Leonard and his buddies on the reefs on the coast of Hawaii.
Sounds like a nice trip for these peacock groupers. What's the problem here, Chip?
Here's the problem. Leonard and his boys have been wreaking havoc on the Hawaiian Islands ever since.
This is why tourists get a bad name. It's Leonard.
It's Leonard's fault, okay? Leonard and his boys, they eat mostly other fish, okay?
Okay.
And since the 50s, these gorgeous pimps are dominating Hawaii. They are everywhere, okay? They're like if ABC stores could kill you. That's what these things are. They are just wreaking havoc on the ecosystem of Hawaii. They're eating all the other fish for decades. They're going nuts. They thought it'd be a nice thing, and they ruined it. Spear fishermen are out there looking for Leonard. So Leonard, watch out if you're listening. Spear fishermen are going around spearing these groupers so they can stabilize the ecosystem because they are so vicious, these monsters, because Leonard and his buddies are going all the purge on the coast of Hawaii for the last couple of decades.
Yeah.
And here's why I said that Leonard is a pimp. Because he's got a bright, colorful outfit on, and he literally travels with a harem.
Whoa,
okay?
Leonard, come on.
Leonard and other male peacock groupers, they have about a half a dozen lady groupers, or I like to call them groupies.
Guppies.
So he's got his own little harem, and he's got his own little territory, and he and his ladies, they all swim around, guard the place, doing the heavy lifting, and he comes around and just kind of gives them a little sugar every once in a while. So that is our fish of the week, Leonard the peacock grouper. If you're in Hawaii, look up Leonard, but I have heard rumors that he is spending his summer at an ayahuasca retreat in French Polynesia with Jared Leto and Timothée Chalamet. Leonard, hats off to you, buddy.
That's a couple of troublemakers in French Polynesia. But thank you for giving the Hawaiian reefs a break, Leonard.
Yeah, man.
What a notorious fish, dude. A great fish of the week. People need to know about him. But wow, mostly so they can watch out.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Chip, that's fish of the week. Now it's time to crack open the good book.
The good book, the Guinness Book of World Records. Every week we dive in. We each find a record that shows just the humanity, the greatness, whatever might be in this world. Thomas, you want to kick us off? What is your good book, Guinness Book record of the week?
Chip, have you ever had a sobering look at your life and or career and thought, F it, I'm just going to go live in a tree?
Honestly, I'm doing it right now, Thomas.
But picture in your mind.
Okay.
Got to go up and live in this tree. What kind of tree are you thinking about?
I mean, it might be a banyan tree. I got to say that,
Chip, I'm glad you said that because the good booketh provideth.
No.
My record is for the longest time spent by a human being in a tree. And, buddy, this guy picked a banyan tree.
No.
Yeah. This man spent more time riding the proverbial pine than you on your junior high basketball team.
That is true.
How long do you think this master of the altitudes spent in a tree consecutively? We're talking about days. How many days, Chip?
I'm gonna say a fortnight, 2 weeks, 14 days.
Ooh, buddy. Liu Gang, a Chinese man with a plan, and it sounds like probably fantastic balance, spent 111 days, 24 meters up in a banyan tree in Kinzhou, China.
A third of a year, basically. So that's months. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, dude. That's a long time. He went up September 12th, 2014, and didn't come down until New Year's Day, 2015.
Wow.
Up there, he did it. He had a bed, he had a toilet, and he had solar power.
Oh.
He was not like doing a survival thing. This was like something else.
So he was living the good. Like, my question is, why did he come down?
I could not answer that for you. Yeah. But, dude, for we know how big banyan trees can get. This tree was 24 meters tall.
Jeez.
Which is like around 75 feet tall, like 6-7 stories up. His commute to get to the bathroom was vertical. He had to like go up to use the toilet.
That's trouble. That could be difficulty. Trust me.
The middle of the night when you do not want to walk down the hall to go to the restroom because you're like a little sleepy. Just imagine you're in a friggin' tree, dude.
You gotta go up in altitude. That's rough.
His meals were hoisted up by rope every single day. He had accomplices to help him get this done.
Whenever some hoisting being done, you got some help on the way.
Also, there was more hoisting. He kind of puts us to shame. He kept a physical fitness regime up there where he used the branches and his body weight for working out. He did branch cardio. He did some tree yoga.
Good for him.
He did just about everything you can do for physical fitness in a tree.
Wow.
Which, kind of just takes teeth out of any excuse we have for not working out.
We don't have any excuse. We're not currently in a tree.
Hats out to you, Leo. What a way to stay elevated and ring in 2015.
Way to branch out, buddy.
And way to branch your way onto the good book, my man.
Mm-hmm.
That is my record. What do you got cooking today?
This is a fun, silly one, but you got to be in the mood. Do you have your party hat on, Thomas?
I do.
You have your sunken harbor. Okay. All right. So get ready. Strap in. Put on your party hat, Thomas, because this is the world record for the fastest time to dig a grave.
What a fun one, Chip.
The fastest time to dig a grave happened on October 20th, 2018. This is 3 years after our boy got out of the tree. Different guy. Different guy. Okay?
Yeah.
This is Jose Luis Rivera.
He
was in Riverside Cemetery in Cleveland, Ohio.
Wow.
Because if you're going to dig a quick grave, do it in Cleveland.
Do it in Cleveland.
Right? He had to dig the official size of the grave, which is 8 feet long, 3 feet wide, 6 feet deep.
That's a big old hole, Chip.
Just him and a shovel, 8 feet wide, 8 feet long, 3 feet wide, 6 feet deep. He actually ended up digging it a little bit deep, a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a guess of how long it took him to dig, just with his own hands?
With his own hands, tools, but like no motorized
shovel,
anything.
What have you, yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. I'm going to go 12 hours.
It's a great guess, Thomas.
Yeah.
2 hours flat.
That's impossible, dude.
2 hours, 0 seconds, 0 minutes, 2 hours on the nose. He did it.
I've tried to dig a hole before, Chip. It's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
You get a foot down and it's just like nothing doing anymore. And he went 6 feet deep by 8 by 3.
He actually tried to set the record in 2016.
Yeah.
He got 90 minutes in and he hit concrete and shale. And he was just like, he's like, I can't do this. He literally stopped because he was like, not that it wouldn't set a record, because this is actually a brand new record. Nobody's done this before, so he wanted to be the one to set the standard.
Yeah.
He realized that not that it would just take too long, but that it would take longer than the battery in the camera allowed of him videotaping him doing this.
Yeah.
To have the official record so they can verify it. Yes,
yeah.
It took this long. He's like, so he had to, unfortunately, to give up, but he decided to go again in 2018. That's when he did it in 2 hours flat. I am going to be honest, though. No offense to Jose.
Yeah.
But I am positive there are a lot more shallow graves dug off the Atlantic City Expressway that were dug much faster than that.
Yeah, it's kind of like NASCAR started off as like criminals souping up their cars to outrun the cops.
Right.
They've got that head start on them.
I'm assuming that this is the record for the fastest grave dug during the day. Let's just say that.
For non-nefarious purposes.
Right. But he dug in a cemetery the official 8 by 3 by 6. So he's the one that does it. He's hands down got the record. By the way, he was no spring chicken. He had been digging holes for utility companies like sewer companies, water mains, and stuff like that for 29 years.
Oh, my gosh.
29 years he's been doing it. So obviously he's a pro. He's also a former light heavyweight boxing champion. So this guy's got some guns. He's ready to do it.
Yeah.
And he said, this is really nice. He said he wanted to set this record to raise money for an organization called Water for Lives that provides communities that need it sustainable water systems. So he did it not just to show off. He said he likes a challenge, but he wanted to do it for a good reason. And I will say this, that when he set the record in the Riverside Cemetery, it was the biggest, when he finally did it and finished, there was a crowd around him. It was the biggest celebration in Riverside Cemetery history since Edna Rafferty, age 93, was buried there in 1988. Real nightmare of a woman. Real nightmare of a lady. So congrats, Jose Luis Rivera. I dig what you're doing.
What an exceptional digger, dude.
See, your guy went up in a tree.
Yep.
Mine went down on the ground.
Down on the ground. There's roots involved in both of these tasks.
Yep.
Everybody, that's it for the Sunburnt Podcast this week. If you want to leave us a voice message on our Trouble in Paradise hotline, you can call...
Hit him that number, Thomas.
310-845-6038. Tell us anything, but specifically we're looking for bad vacation stories. And if you're going through an interesting time in life, tell us about that. We'll let you know if you need a vacation or not, probably. I think that's what we're qualified to help people out with. This is the Sunburnt Podcast, where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. Until next time, stay burnt. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308, and it's spring break! This is the best spring break ever!
Mr. Chantry, did you throw your back out again?
Yes, I'm on the floor of the bathroom. If you could send Ronald or Jeff up to move me to the bed, that would be swell.
I'll send them right up.